The takeaway from your chat with Patrick Mahomes is what?
So I wanted to know what Patrick Mahomes saw. He said that he had watched the Super Bowl twice, and not for motivation, but for education. So I said, "What'd you see?" And he took he didn't take a lot of the blame, but he saw flaws in his game. And I think a lot of people, Rich, a lot of quarterbacks would look at that game and say, I was under pressure the whole game. There was nothing I could have done. And it was interesting for him to break down to me what he saw. He saw that he thought that he got hit so early and so often that he stopped making his reads. And then it kind of devolved from there. He said that there were clean pockets he would see where he started running and seeing ghosts, basically. Paraphrasing the ghost part. But he started running from clean pockets just because he'd been getting hit so early in the game and so hard in the game. And so what he's working on now, he's studying tape of Aaron Rodgers. He's studying tape of Tom Brady to see how they operate in the pocket because he wants to play a more, I guess, disciplined is the way he put it, game where he's going to stand in the pocket and dice you up, where he only uses his legs and his scrambling as a last resort. And I think that he feels, and it's something he admitted to, he feels that sometimes he defaults to using his legs and trying to make things happen when that should be the second or third option. And so he's trying to change his game. He said that Aaron Rodgers is a model because Aaron used to do exactly what he did, and then he started playing a lot more from the pocket. And so a lot of film study of Aaron, some film study of Tom Brady just because of what he does in the pocket. But Mahomes is not trying to overhaul his game entirely, but there's tweaks he thinks that he can do to make himself better. And I think if you're in the AFC West right now, that's exactly what you don't want to read, is that he's trying to improve himself.
That's a dangerous quarterback, man. Well, because hearing him say that he's watched that film, and he takes away what he didn't do right. And then the general manager, in Brett Veach, who we've had on this program, said that he said the night of the Super Bowl, I've got to do with this offensive line.
Yep.
And boy, howdy, did he ever do that. Put it all together with the returning cast and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce with his drawn-on beard and everybody still having the same attitude. That's a dangerous combination in the AFC.
Without a doubt. I mean, and when you're there, you realize it. I mean, you see, Rich, you've been to a lot of NFL practices. You see an efficiency there where they just get their job done. There's never any training camp fights. There's not any motivational mumbo-jumbo where they're trying to build a culture or whatever. They're installing their plays, they're running it perfectly, and they're getting on with their day and getting on to meetings. And that's what I find so amazing about Andy Reid and how efficient and dangerous this team is. And I think Brett Veach going out, and there's not a lot. I think people think that what Brett Veach did was easy. It's not. To go out and trade a first-round pick for Orlando Brown, to get Joe Thuney, to overhaul, to use the draft to get Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. I mean, I just think that there are not 32 general managers and 31 other general managers who would have fixed it that quickly. And that's what I find so interesting. And I kind of feel like Brett Veach, Rich, is the perfect GM for Mahomes because if there's a problem over the next 10 years of that deal, he's going to fix it. That's what he does. He'll make anything fit under the salary cap with his cap guru, Brant Tillis. And I just think going forward, whenever you see a shortcoming on that Kansas City roster, it's going to be filled because of the combination of Veach and Andy Reid and that front office. And then the mistakes that Patrick Mahomes overcomes, whether or not it's with the line or the skill guys. I mean, obviously you can't have a repeat of what you had against Tampa in Tampa, but as long as everything is just okay, Mahomes will make it great.
Kevin Clark of The Ringer here on the Rich Eisen Show. So we just talked about the Chiefs, and everybody, I think, still believes the Bills are the team that's closest still. Allen has been paid. Did you speak to him after he had been paid or before he had been paid?
Just before. So he didn't. I didn't get to ask him for any money.
All right. So what else? What'd you glean from that trip?
I'm totally comfortable, and again, almost like Mahomes, totally comfortable admitting where he needed to grow. I mean, he was very open and honest about his struggles early on in his career and what he did to get better from that. And I kind of think that is similar to the Kansas City. It's an organizational triumph because what they did I don't think people realize this, when Josh Allen was a rookie, the Bills were using the most dead salary cap money in the history of football. They were paying all of these guys, Marcel Darius, Tyrod Taylor, all of these guys not to play. And so Josh Allen's sitting there behind a terrible offensive line, no skill guys. They go out and they build the offensive line around him. They get him weapons the next year. They take the big swing, and they get Stephon Diggs. And I kind of think this is the model going forward. And if you're a young quarterback, you want an organization to operate like the Bills. And Josh Allen was very, very upfront about that. And one of the things is I think that he views this season as very special. He said, look, they built the line in year 2 for me. They got me the skill guys in year 3, and he said, it's year 4, it's go time. And I think we know what that means. And I kind of think last year, taking a leap, by the way, in the COVID year in general is amazing because of the lack of, I heard from a coach there who was saying that they were just trying to replicate, in-person meetings. They've got these guys on speakerphone moving around rooms and stuff, but it just wasn't the same. And to take a leap like that from year 2 to year 3 was amazing to begin with. I think everyone there is much more comfortable now. They get a full training camp. They get to see each other. They get to gel, have that chemistry. So I think that everybody there is excited about this year, maybe even more so than last year.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.